Hi, I'm Jake Hawks, and today we're going to talk a little bit about verasion. The first thing we're going to do is go and take a quick look at where things were on the 21st of July, which is the first day I saw verasion and the first time we took a few pictures of it. And then we're going to fast forward to today, which is the 14th of August, and take a look at where those same vines are now. The hill that we're standing on is all Cabernet Sauvignon, and we've got a long way to go before it's ripe. But verasion is always kind of shocking. Verasion is, let me show you, okay, so here is where the grapes have turned color, right? And you can see that just a few of them have turned color, and that as the rest of the year progresses, obviously, they're all going to turn color and then they're all going to get ripe. But then look across the row here and notice how these haven't gotten ripe at all. And part of that is just the exposure. And part of it is that you can see that these are on one rootstock that's slightly more vigorous than these are. You can see that the canopy here is a little bit thinner than it is here. So I think that that's what's making these grapes want to get ripe a little bit faster, even at this time of year. Now we've got this challenge to try and get everything to ripen at the same time, even though it doesn't exactly want to. Even though we've got a long way to go, you're seeing the beginning of how the grapes are going to ripen. And we could go from this ranch to another ranch and see how different things are going to end up from one part of the field to another. Remember this day, we'll be back to check on these grapes and see how they're coming along. Hopefully a couple of times before they get harvested. Hi. So here we are up on top of Red Winery Road again, and instead of being July 21st, it's now August 14th, and we're going to take a look at these same vines again and see how things are coming along. So you can see things are completely, more or less, completely black at this point up here. And again, I want to just point out how lightly these vines are cropped up here on this hill. It's really difficult for the vines to make it at all, and that's just one of the reasons that this fruit is so good. It's crazy how loose these clusters are and how small the individual berries are. That's not exactly the beautiful bunch you want to see in terms of the ripening, because it has, you know, these green berries and these pink berries and these dark berries, but in terms of the size of the fruit, it's just incredible. And this right here, now that is a perfect bunch of grapes. And one of the things that has happened is there was a little bit of what's called shatter during set, which is after frost, when the flowers for the grapes are forming. Odd weather can cause something called shatter. Here is a bunch of grapes that has had a little bit of shatter and then has formed these really small berries, and that you actually like, because what you end up getting is lots of space for air circulation between the berries so that you don't end up getting rot, and lots of room for them to get for the skins to get exposure and form really nicely. I mean, that's perfect. Okay, if you have everything evenly and perfectly ripe, the way you do on this here, for example, see how they're just a uniform color there? Now they're going to all want to get ripe at the same time. But you can have difficult years, and this was a difficult year in terms of set. And if you have that, what you get is this bunch that I showed you earlier, which not only has a lot of shatter on it, it also has these berries with all this uneven ripeness. Now this is exceptional up here. Luckily, we don't have a whole lot of bunches of grapes that look like this, and some of them you're going to end up having to just throw away. Obviously, on a field that's cropped this lightly to begin with, you want to throw away as little as possible. And the value of having things be cool and the grapes ripening slowly, as opposed to everything just ripening fast, is it gives the grapes a chance to equal out and to even out in terms of their ripeness. Nothing's happening real quickly. So that means that these green guys here can catch up to these black guys here before the end of the season. All right. Well, thanks for checking in, and we're going to keep shooting these little videos of verasion as time goes on throughout the season, and keep checking up on these same vines and seeing how the bunches are coming along. It's August 14th. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.